Hey everybody, it's Evan in Arcade from Got to Game, and today I have something very special. It's always something special when I show you guys, you know that? I try to show you guys something that not everybody has all the time, and today we do have something like that. This is what may look like at first a knockoff image of something like of a Nintendo product. It's called the, I don't even know how to pronounce it really, because it's from China. That's right, these are Chinese characters all around. And I would say it's iQue or iQue. In Spanish it's Ike, like, and what? But I don't think that's what it actually stands for. But it was developed by Nintendo and a Dr. Wei Yan, who actually started the company ArtX with a couple of SGI employees, ex-employees that developed the graphics chips for the GameCube. Now, back in the day in China, that's like around the year 2000. This came out in 2003, by the way. As you can see, it says 2003 down here. China had a ban because they're so well known for, having pirated materials, or not materials, just software of any kind, whether it's PC, cartridges, all that stuff, you name it, they were known for it. And so they also banned home consoles to curb that kind of pirated media and all that sort of thing. So Nintendo teamed up again with Dr. Wei Yan, and they came up with this new, I guess, pseudo console to circumvent that law, and also to put their products in the Chinese market while still making money when everybody else couldn't. And this is essentially an N64 built into a controller that you plug in to your television set. And it actually has a 64 megabyte flash card on there, which can only hold, I believe, up to maybe one full game, N64 game, as this is just N64, and a couple of other demos that come with it. Now we're going to open it up and I'll show you what it comes with, but it's basically just as you see it. But let's check it out. The box itself is that's hefty because the controller weighs a bit. It's in the bottom. It's a seal right here. It was just brand new, because there's still a bunch of these brand new on the market. They roughly go for around $80 to $100 depending on where you get it from, or if you can get them straight from China, you might be lucky in getting them around $20 to $40. Now in the back you see there's a couple of titles here that were all originally released for the system. I think there was a total of 14 games. You can see Animal Crossing, Wave Race, I think that's Yoshi's Story. I don't know what this one is. I'm drawing a blank, actually. Actually, that looks like Dr. Mario over here. Of course, Ocarina of Time. Let me see if I can get a good look without some glare. Mario 64, F-Zero X. That's actually Yoshi's Story, right? Yeah, I don't know what the other one was up there. Maybe it's just doubles. Star Fox 64. And again, Zelda, which I believe it's Majora's Mask, which didn't come out for this system because, if you remember, this game actually required the expansion pack, and there was no way to do that with this system. So that's actually a misprint because it was actually canceled because they couldn't do it. Mario Kart, again, it looks like, what is this? It's like flat, so it's like Paper Mario almost. There's Dr. Mario right here, and this actual system actually came with Dr. Mario on the flash card, and I'll show you the inserts inside. Another picture of Animal Crossing. So yeah, they're showing a lot of double images. Here's more of a Ocarina of Time, more Star Fox, Mario, Majora's Mask down here. And I can't see what that. I think that they also had Sin and Punishment. No, this is actually Star Fox, but Sin and Punishment was also one of those games that actually was on here. And again, this is Majora's Mask, which they wasn't available. So let's open it up. Let me open this. Now, the first thing you'll see is the manual, EK player, instruction booklet, very small. All in Chinese, of course, gives you information about the system, everything in it comes with, the flash card in the bottom. Very neat, it's kind of bent up. Warranty card, it's also in English, but it's Chinese. So you send this in, full thing. And Mario, Dr. Mario. Now this is how essentially, this is actually, I should say, the only way you can get manuals for this system, because these were digital games that you were only able to download or purchase through a kiosk. They were iQue kiosks, or shops throughout China, that you can purchase these tickets, tokens basically, to download the other games. That's the only way you could have gotten these games. And this is also, of course, built that way so they couldn't pirate the games. You had to go through the online shop, was like the Fugue shop, where you can input these codes, or, you know, like redeemable codes, kind of like how we do it now with the eShop and every other big online marketing game, or, you know, game service. And so you would download the game straight to your flash card. Now, because this is only 64 megabytes on this flash card, you'd have to delete the last one on there just to get that game on there. But the system would remember which games you had, so you'd still be able to get them back. What was very rare too was that very few of these games actually had manuals. This one is the manual for Dr. Mario in here. It's very shiny too, which is very cool. And essentially, there is, I believe, 3 other games that came out like this, where you could also purchase the manuals for. Otherwise, all the other games didn't have manuals for them. Inside, you'll see everything you'll get with this. It was sounding like Porky Pig there, like bit. And so you get the AC adapter, and of course the power cables. I mean, not power cables, but what you plug in to your television set, and also to the back of the EK or iQue player. Let's get this out. We'll close this back down. And this is it. It's actually kind of hefty. What really takes up a lot of the weight is the adapter in the back, or in here, that's in this box. But this is the controller. It's almost very similar to the Dreamcast controller, but it's actually very comfortable, very spacious. I like it. I like it very much. Actually, I wish they kind of released something like this for other Nintendo consoles, but if you think about it, they've always had really good controllers. But it's very smooth, feels really good. The D-pad is obviously very different from what we're used to from the old N64 controller. The joystick is still pretty much the same thing. You can almost hear the clicking sound. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of wind, it's because I'm outside, because it's such a beautiful day, and I wanted to film this. Controller buttons are all different, the C buttons are different, but they still pretty much play the same. Power button. Here's where you would plug in to your television set with the cable right here. Big old Z button, left and right triggers, which are kind of sturdy. Right here is where you're going to find the flash card. It comes out like that. You can put your name on there or something, let's see, and say listed. But since you're always going to be replacing this with new games on there, there's no point in actually writing what game is on here, because it's always going to be changing. But that's essentially it for the iQue player. Like I said, they developed this in order to circumvent it and get their games out there to the market. Essentially, in the beginning, they actually wanted to also release games from the NES and the SNES on here. And if you really think about it, that's the precursor for the eShop and the Virtual Console that they eventually established later on, because essentially they never made anything else. They were supposedly gonna port this or just make this for the Western markets, and then they decided not to. And that makes sense, because later on they kept it as I wouldn't say a secret, but as an idea to further develop in what they created into this an online marketplace with the eShop. But I also have one more thing to show you. It's an add-on piece to this whole set. And we're back. And yeah, that's Mario and Luigi celebrating with a bottle of champagne and a bouquet of flowers. I don't know why, but it's a family package of the iQue player. Essentially what this is, like I said, a companion piece to the iQue player. It basically is just like a multi-tap with an extra dummy controller. They call them swim controllers. There's not actually anything in the inside of it, like no flash cards in it, so you're basically going to be playing whatever the main iQue player has at the moment. Let's just look at the back of the box art. It's very interesting. I just really like the costumes that all these guys have. Luigi's in some weird kind of racer outfit. Yoshi's some kind of pirate balancing on a ball. Mario's a cowboy, which is very reminiscent of Mario Party's cover art. I don't know what Mario's wearing. It looks like a spacesuit. I think Donkey Kong's is the weirdest. He looks like he's like a wizard. And of course, Peach over there, who kind of looks like an explorer. But let's open it up. Again, you'll see it once you open it out, you get some more paperwork. It gives you an idea and a blueprints on how everything is made, or not made, but just essentially where everything goes, what it is you're getting, how to plug everything all in. Basically a quick plug and play spreadsheet or sheet to show you how to play this, or how to get it going. I believe these are just more warranty cards on the controller and on the actual swim or multi-tap, as I would call it. Just another warranty card. The controller, as you'll see, is already attached to a cable, and I'm going to close this just to show you. And it's a black controller. It doesn't have that same kind of finish as the iQue player, the original one. And again, there's nothing here. You see, they have this right here where the flash card would go, but it doesn't come out because there's nothing in there. So this is basically just a controller. That's all it is for it. So you can play multiplayer games, whatever you download to the system. Let me put that to the side. And of course, we have the multi-tap player, or you know, the thing that connects all the controllers together, as well as the iQue player. Very nice and sleek. Almost looks like a Dreamcast again if you really look at it, and also similar to a GameCube. Here goes the extra 3 controller ports, because you could have up to 4 players, and this is where you would plug in the original main iQue player. Now the person who's holding the iQue player is essentially the first player. So, you know, games for like, what is it that we went over? I guess Star Fox was a 4-player game. Of course, Mario Kart was a 4-player game. I think Yoshi's Story was a multiplayer game as well. I'm not sure, actually. I don't remember. But yeah, so this was so you can play with your family. That's why it's called a family package. And that's essentially it. That's pretty interesting piece of history here from Nintendo. Like I said, this is all officially made and licensed products by Nintendo. And you still kind of hear about all of this today. They still released a iQue Game Boy Advance SP. It just says iQue player or Game Boy player. And they also released iQue DS's and iQue 3DS's. They have very cool designs, only available in China actually. So if you might have seen some really weird designs and they say iQue on them, they're not knockoffs. They're legitimate, real 3DS systems, only made and offered to the Chinese markets. Well, that's pretty much it for the iQue family of players and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this review and unboxing, this little snippet of history. For more information, you could always look it up online, and check us out on our website at www.igot2game.com. Follow me on Twitter at YouGotToGame, and of course on Instagram, where I'm always posting all these cool new items that I'm getting in the mail as just Got to Game. That's it for now. I'm Abbott on Arcade signing off, and as always, keep playing.